Hello guys, welcome back to ATV News. In today's video, we got to talk about these wild WNBA playoffs. It looked like Stephanie White and Minnesota coach Cheryl Reeve have been fined by the WNBA. And I want to give you my reaction to the ACEs versus PR Game 4. And then I'll get you guys fully caught up because we're now officially just one game away from WNBA Finals. So here's the big news. Phoenix Mercury have punched their ticket to the finals. They closed out the series against the Minnesota Lynx in Game 4, and they did it back home in Phoenix. But let's be real, the Lynx were at a massive disadvantage heading into that matchup. Their star, Nafisa Collier, was out with that ankle injury we broke down earlier. On top of that, head coach Cheryl Reeve was suspended for Game 4 after the chaos following Collier's injury. So Minnesota went into this game missing their best player and their leader on the sideline. Honestly, the odds were never in their favor. The Lynx still fought hard, but without Collier, I couldn't see them beating the Mercury. And with the severity of that ankle injury, it looks more and more like Nafisa will be sidelined for the rest of the playoffs. Even if Minnesota had somehow advanced with that, Phoenix is officially heading to the finals. And the storylines from here are about to get crazy. Now, if the Fever ends up making it to the finals, we're talking about what could be one of the most heated series in WNBA history. And remember, this year, the finals are best-of-7 series. 7 games of Fever versus Mercury drama. That would be must-watch television. We already know there's no love lost between these two squads. You got to hold the Wnba situation, adding fuel to the fire. Think back. DB signed with the Fever. The players embraced her. Fans were hyped, and she delivered right away, climbing the third on the WNBA all-time scoring list while wearing Indiana colors. But then things fell apart fast. She stepped away for personal reasons, and soon after, she was gone back to Phoenix. The Fever didn't get a trade, or even any compensation out of it. It was just a release and a signing, and that left Indiana, fans stunned and bitter. Since then, the bad blood has been obvious from podcast to post-game interviews. Players have openly admitted that there's tension, and on the court, we've seen it playing as day. Caitlin Clark and DB going at each other the last time they faced off. If that's where regular season clash looked like, imagine a final series between these two teams. It could get toxic real quick, but flip it around. What if the AC East get in? That storyline is just as strong. Vegas had a shaky start to the season, looking like a fringe playoff team. Then, Aya Wilson went on an absolute tear in the second half, locked up the MVP award, and suddenly the AC East looked unstoppable. Add in Becky Hammond, who already has championship experience and never backs down from anyone. And you know a finals matchup with Phoenix would be just as physical, just as dramatic. The officiating has already been a roller coaster this postseason, and we've seen how emotional the coaches get. Cheryl Reeve nearly went to blows with the refs after Collier's injury, and Becky Hammond has made it clear she's not afraid to speak her mind either. She even supported Cheryl frustrations publicly. And don't forget, Indiana's coach Stephanie White has been vocal too. The coaching personalities in this postseason are just as fiery as the players on the court. No matter how it shakes out, whether it's Fever versus Mercury or ACEs versus Mercury, the finals are going to be high energy, physical, and full of drama. This is shaping up to be one of the most entertaining finals the league has had in years.